Good morning, children. This is Komal Jain, your maths teacher. I am with the new, you can say, video of exercise 3.3 from your chapter Understanding Quadrilaterals. So, if you just see the first question on the screen, given a parallelogram ABCD, complete each sentence statement along with the definition or property used. So, if you just see a figure of a parallelogram ABCD and there are two diagonals bisecting at the point O. So, here the question they have given as AD is equals to. Let me remind you the property of parallelogram we have discussed last class. So, the first property is the opposite sides are equal, the opposite sides are parallel. So here AD is a side and opposite to AD, if you just see, let me mark it for you, is BC. So AC is equals to BC, which is nothing but opposite sides are equal. You're going to write a statement as since the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. Same thing, angle DCB. So here is an angle. So if you just see here, angle DCB is equals to opposite angle here DAB. So here I would like to tell y'all is the statement will be since the opposite angles of the parallelograms are equal, so they are angle DCB is equals to angle DAB. I hope this is clear to y'all. Next is OC. When I say OC, so this is a diagonal, so part of a diagonal, I can say half part of a diagonal. So OC is equals to OA. As the diagonal bisect at each other at a point O, so that's why I can tell is OC is equals to OA. So fourth one is again MDAB and MCDA. Here M stands for what? If you just see here DAB, congruency it is like, and here plus CDA. So this angle it is. Let me just give you a hint here. So here it is DAB and CDA. So if you just see these two angles, when I add, what I should get? I should get what? 180 degree. As we know the property of a parallelogram, sum of adjacent angle should be 180 degree. So this is what we have seen last class also, and this is just for a revision. We'll go for the next one. Quickly, this statements you're going to write as per the question. Here if you just see, I want to find the value of x, y, z. Very easy, children. What we are going to do here is, if you just see here, the same thing we are going to describe as ABCD is a parallelogram. The y is equals to b equal to 100 as opposite angles are equal. Since the opposite angles of a parallelograms are equal. Similarly, here I can say x plus 100 is equals to 180 degree. Now you may ask me why? Because these are adjacent angles and the sum of adjacent angle is equals to 180 degree. So if I x plus 100 is equals to 180 degree, okay. So if I want the x value here, I am going to transpose the 100 to the other side. That plus 100 will become minus 100. Okay. So x is equals to 180 minus 100 is nothing but what? 80. So x becomes here 80. So when it is 80 here, so x is equals to again z, as opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. So this is very easy way to find, children. Only you need to understand the properties of parallelogram. Once you have got that concept, you can solve any kind of sum and you can find any angle given in the problem. So let me just tell you one more time. We'll take one second example here. If you just see, if I can find this angle as the linear pair, so if I want to find here, see it is automatically given here, no need to find as a linear pair. As we know opposite angles are equal, so this angle becomes 50 degree here. So when this angle becomes 50 degree, since the opposite angles of a parallelograms are equal, this z is very easy to find. The z becomes what? 180 minus 50. That will give you 130 degree. So after finding the z, the x also becomes very easy to find, as if you just see here, the alternative angles are equal, y and z. And here x, if you just see x and z, they are corresponding angle if you have understood the transversal line. So here let me tell you, x is equals to z is equals to 130 degree, as they are corresponding angle. Do read from your 7th standard book what it is corresponding angle. You have studied in transversal lines, but still if you want, I'll send you a picture of transversal line where you can understand the types of angles and what are the angles like, whether they are equal. And we are also going to see many types of, adjacent angle, corresponding angles, complementary angle, supplementary angle. These all you have studied in 7th standard class. All you need to apply it for your particular problem to find the angle. So here if you just see, now x, when you get x is 130, y also becomes 130 children, as opposite angles of a parallelograms are equal. Very simple to find, only you need to write the statement. No, it is not that you have to write directly children. You need to state it, you have to give the reason why it is equals to 130 degree. You have to justify your statements, or you can say your solution with each step. So I want you all to write, when you are writing that x is equals to z, so you have to write it why it is equal. So if I write x is equals to z, because it is that we have to state that corresponding angles are always equal. And when I'm going to write here x is equals to y, why it is equal, as since the property of the parallelogram states that opposite angles are equal. This is how we are going to solve the sum. So this third one you're going to do as a homework, and fourth one and fifth one, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I will just give you a hint here. See children, if you just see your x clearly, it is 90 degree as it is perpendicular here. The x is a 90 degree because it is a perpendicular. And once you get, and this 3 degree is nothing but 30 degree it is, okay? This 3 degree is equals to 30 degrees. So 90 and 30, you need to find y. You can find the angle sum property of a triangle, which states that interior angle, when you sum up, it should be 180 degree. So already you have two angles. Third angle you can find it, that is x plus y plus that 30 degree is equals to 180 degree. X already you know it is 90 degree as it is perpendicular to each other, and 90 plus 30 will give you 120, and y is equals to 180 minus 120, which will give you 60. So y is equals to 60, y is equals to 60, so y is equals to z. Now here you may ask me, ma'am, how you can it be? It is alternative angle. The alternate angles are equal. But if you cannot find that, you can here also see it is 90 degree and 90. And if you just see x here, okay, x is 90. Here y is equals to z, as alternate angles are equal. Even this, if you just see 30 degree, this also becomes 30 degree as alternate angles. So here only you need to brush up your previous knowledge of transversal lines, where you are studying types of angles, that is alternative angle, corresponding angle, okay, adjacent angle, and many things. So I will try to give you a source, or you can say a helping hand for this video of transversal lines, so it will be a revision for you all, and also you can solve the problems comfortably. So we'll go with the next one here. So this also you can solve, no problem children, only it depends on your properties of transversal line, alternative angles and all, and also the property of parallelogram. Yes, so here you can just see the same thing, angle sum property they have found out first, and then alternate angles are equal, corresponding angles come into picture. So here again, here also you can see angle sum property you can find here, as you know this opposite angles are equal, y becomes 112 degree, and x you can easily find, because the angle x is nothing but equal to angle z. Okay, so here if you just see it is 28 degree, you can find, no problem, you can try, give a try. Here if you just see angle sum property of, you need to name it first, a, b, c, d. So here if it is a, b, c, d, Let me just mark for you A, B, C, D. So is ADC angle, they have given why it becomes 112 degree as opposite angles of the parallelogram is equal. So opposite angles when they are equal, so y becomes 112 degree. So 40 and 112 is given, only you need to find x. How you're going to find? We know that addition of sum of interior angle of a triangle is equals to 180 degree. So you're going to add 40 plus 112. Okay, so plus x. So here if you add this, somewhere you will get 152, which is given here, and you're going to subtract it with 180, and hence you will get what? X. So this is how we are going to find the sum. So you can give a try. Now we'll go with the third one now, children. If you just see, can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if D plus B plus 180 degree? Okay, I told you one thing, children. Keep in mind one thing. When you just name or just try to draw a diagram, it should be in sequence. It may be any sequence, A, B, C, D. Okay, it should be in sequence. You cannot take if I want to just draw A, you are going to write here, B, you are going to write here. No, children, this is wrong. This is wrong. You cannot write like that. What you're going to do is, when you're drawing any parallelogram and you're just like you're giving a notation or you're denoting it by some alphabet or letters, you have to go in series A, B, C, D. Whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise, it should be in the series. So if you just see here, it is given as D plus B is equals to 180. They are asking opposite angles. And if it is opposite angles, let me tell you, opposite angles, it is only possible if it is 90 degree, children. If you just see here, if you see, it can be, but here it needs to be square or a rectangle. I told you, it should be 90 degrees, then it is possible. So here if you just see, it is not 90 degree, means it is a parallelogram. In case of parallelogram, it is not possible, because if you just see angle here, it is not 90 degree. So because one pair of opposite sides are equal, another pair of opposite sides are unequal, so it is not a parallelogram. Okay. So here if you just see, if it is in the case of D and A, I can tell yes, because adjacent angle, sum of adjacent angle is equals to 180 degree. But here it is not. Okay, this they are asking about D and B. And D and B, it is possible when it is 90 degree each. Okay, so if it is 90 degree each, the sum becomes 180 degree. And when it becomes in case of rectangle and square, but if you see here, it is not a rectangle, it is a parallelogram case with what we are just going through. So here it should be like it is not a parallelogram. Okay, we'll go with the next one then. The second they are asking, AB is equals to DC is equals to 8 centimeter, and AD is equals to 4 centimeter, and BC is equals to 4.4 centimeter. So give a name, let me start with a simple diagram here. This is my parallelogram A, B, C, D. Okay, so here AB is equals to DC. So here it is 8 and here it is 8, and AD is equals to 4 and this becomes BC is equals to 4.4 centimeter. Is it a parallelogram? See, we know one property, that is opposite sides are parallel and opposite sides are equal. But here if you just see, AD is not equal to BC. So I don't think so this is a parallelogram. Let us see. See here, AC angle A is not equal to angle C, because here only the variation comes where when the AD is not equal to BC. Since the opposite angles are equal in parallelogram, here in opposite angles are not equal. Yes, here it is the second one. No, in this case, because one of the pair of opposite sides are equal and another pair of sides are unequal. But here if you see in the parallelogram, both opposite sides and like two pairs of opposite sides are equal. That is one side, as I told you, AD is equals to BC and DC is equals to AB. So here if you just see in this case, only one sides are like opposite sides are equal, and one pair of opposite sides are not equal. Hence it is not a parallelogram. And as I told you here, if the first condition, it can be, but it need to be square, because I told you at angle should be 90 degree. So we'll go with the third one here. Angle is equals to 70 and angle is equals to C. Okay, let us just give a try here. So I'll take my parallelogram here. Series A, B, C and D. So here they are telling angle A is equals to 70 degree and angle C is equals to 65 degree. Here only you can see, children, it is angles are different. As I told you, the property of parallelogram states that the opposite angles are equal. So if you just it's not equal, so hence it's not a parallelogram. So this is how you're going to state it and give a justification for this question. I hope this is clear to you all. We'll go with the next one then. So here fourth one. Draw a rough figure of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram but has exactly two opposite angles of equal measure. So here if you just see, here we have that is not a parallelogram. Why? Because here if you just see, angle D is not equal to angle B. Angle B is different and angle D is different. Only one pair of opposite angles are equal. So this could be what? If that is the case, this could be in the case of kite. This could be in the case of kite. So keep in mind, you can just do by yourself also, no problem. Then we'll go with the next one. The measure of two adjacent angles, okay, are in the ratio of 3:2. So here find the measure of each angles of the parallelogram. So here they have given only just two adjacent angle. So we know that when we sum up the two adjacent angle, it should be 180 degree, as I told you. So here if I take A, B, C and D, and AB is equals to two adjacent angles, and we know when we add these two angles, I should get what? 180 degree. And when I add 3x plus 2x, we get 5x equal to 180 degree. And if I just transpose the 5 to the another side, it goes to your denominator, that is division process takes place. And 5 ones are, and 5, we'll see the further. 5, these are 15 and carry 3 there, because 5 3 is 15, 18 minus 15 will give you 3, carry 3 0 becomes 30 and 5 6 are 30. So x is equals to 36 degree. Now you can easily find the angles, children. Once you get one side angle, that is 3 into 36 is 108, another one is 72. And we know that property of parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So we'll go with the next one. We'll go with the next one here. If you just see, two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measures. So here if you just see, find the measure of angles of the parallelogram. So here two adjacent of angles of parallelogram have equal measure, means maybe they are x. Okay, take in terms of x because we don't know the angle. But when we are adding, we are getting 280 degree. 180 degree. I'm sorry. So here we know x and x plus is equals to 2x. If you just see here, okay. So 2x easy. One angle we can easily find, that is 90 degree. And if two adjacent angles are 90 degree, here you can easily find the others also. Because see, if I am getting here two adjacent angles as 90 degree, we know opposite angles are equal. So these also becomes 90 degree. So this is a square or a rectangle. It may be anything. Because in square and rectangle, all angles are 90 degrees. Or all angle measures 90 degree. Fine, we'll go with the next one then. The adjacent figure, Hope. This is Hope, children, here. Just check. Hope is a parallelogram. So I am going to go with the series HOPE series. Find angle measures of X, Y, Z and state the property, you use them. See here, children, while just solving, we can easily solve. This angle we can find here by the linear pair, that is 180 minus 70 will give you what? 110 degree. Okay, and we know opposite angles are equal, so angle X is equals to whatever you have found out here. See this angle, let me zoom it for you. Okay, this is a bit clear now. So here if you just see, I can find this angle. This becomes my 110 degree. Okay, by the linear pair. Why? Because we know that it is supplement of 70 becomes 110 degree. Okay, so here if you just see, opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal. So by using this property, X also becomes 110 degree. And if I want Y becomes your 40 degree. Why? Because alternative angles are equal. And when you get y here, you can easily find your next angle, that is z. See, yes. So here if you just see the adjacent angle, that is, if it is x is equals to 110 degree, children, okay, so this becomes your equation, like sum of adjacent angle is equals to 110 degree. So here I can say x plus 40 plus z will give me 180 degree. Okay, so here x is known, that is 110. So I'll substitute 110 plus 40 becomes your 150, and 150 plus z. So if I want z, it becomes z is equals to 180 minus 150, because 110 plus 40 is 150. So my z is equals to 30 degrees. So when I get my z is equals to 30 degrees, this also becomes same thing, 30, and here it becomes 30, and 30 plus 40 is 70. So angle, opposite angles of y also becomes 40. Alternative angles are equal. This is how we have using the properties of parallelogram and we are finding the values of the unknown angles. If you see here how they have solved, similar concept they have solved, like, so here angle HOP is equals to 70 degree. Here also you can find, children, if you just see this angle, they are equal. Like if you just see this angle and this angle becomes corresponding, so here only you will get what, 70 degrees. And if you just want yeah, same thing here. So if you just see HOP here, this one, it becomes what, 180 minus 70 degree linear pair. Okay, angles of linear pair. So I hope this concept is clear to you all. We'll go with the next one then. Need to understand alternate angles, corresponding angles. Once you get to know this, you can easily solve any kind of sum, children, any kind of sum. The following figures, guns, runs, are parallelograms, and find x and y length in centimeters. Okay, so here they have given two parallelogram. We'll go with the first one. They have told us to find the x and y. So here if you just see opposite sides are equal, so I will equate it. Okay, so GU, let me just take an example here. So here GU is equals to, this side is equals to this side, this is SN. So what is my GU here? 3y minus 1. What is my SN? Is 26. So 3y becomes, if I transpose the minus 1 that side, it becomes plus 1. Okay. So 3y will give me what? 27. So you can easily find, again transpose 3 down, you will get 3 ones and 3 nines, and y is equals to 9. So you got y is equals to 9. Similarly here you are going to equate this side and this side, where opposite sides are equal. You are going to write, since the opposite sides of a parallelograms are equal, SG is equals to NU. So here what is SG is equals to 3x and NU is equals to 18. Same thing, x, transpose the 3 other side, it becomes in a denominator, cancel it, take in the lowest term, x is equals to 6. This is how you are going to find the first one. I hope this is clear. The second thing, it is a diagonal part now. So they are bisecting at O. Let me just clear it is O here. Let me just zoom it for you. So this is how you are going to solve this sum is, this is O, children, here. Okay. So SO is equals to OU and RO is equals to ON. Why? By which property it is? Since the diagonals are bisecting perpendicular to each other in that figure, so I can say SO is equals to OU and RO is equals to ON. So you're going to equate this and this together. So we'll take the first term here, that is x plus, here I can take this one first, as it is y plus 7 is equals to 20. I can get easily the value of y. Okay, so here if it is, I am taking like SO is equals to OU. You have to write this, children, otherwise it is very confusing for you people. Okay, SO plus OU. So what is my SO here? If you just see, it is, let me name first O here. So it becomes 20 plus y plus 7 equal to, equating, no, sorry, we are equating this, or you can start with OU is equals to SO, no problem, anyhow, equal to 20. So I transpose the 7 that side. So it becomes minus, and 20 minus 7 will give you what? Yes, y is equals to 13. Now already I got the y value here, children. So you can easily substitute in the other equation, 13. So now my turn is this to solve, like RO is equals to, or ON is equals to RO. So ON is equals to RO. What is my ON here? If you just see, it is x plus y. Okay. What is RO? 16. So here if you just see y, we already found out it is 13. So I'm going to substitute here and write here. So 13, if I take another side, plus 13 will become minus 13, right? So x is equals to 16 minus 13, and which will give me x is equals to 3. This is how you're going to solve, children. Only if you are perfect with the properties of quadrilateral, this sum or any kind of sum given in your particular question, you can easily solve. So here we have done with it. I told you naming is very important, where you need to just state the properties with the proper letters you're going to use it. GS is equals to UN. Such kind of things comes into picture. So I have told you equating one another and finding the value. So x is equals to 3. So this is how you're going to solve this. Now this one is again in the figure. I hope this concept is clear. Now in the ninth one figure, again two quadrilaterals are given, RISK and CLUE, that is risk and clue. Find the value of x. Now they are, if you just see, they are overlapping to each other, and there is angle, you need to find x. So how are you going to find this? Very simple. First we need to find your R, because if you find R, you will get this. Let me zoom it for you and give you a hint. Very simple it is. It looks complicated, but it is very simple, children. Let me tell you. Say if you find this angle R, you can easily find this angle S here. Okay, and when you already you have 70° here, so this is very easy here to find angle E. Angle E is what? 70° already, because opposite angles are equal. So angle E becomes 70. I'll write here. Okay, 70°. So here angle S we need to find. For that I have to find R first. So how to find R, children? Any idea? See, if I find this S, I can easily find the R. For that we need to find first the angle sum property of risk, that is, see, opposite angles are equal, so this becomes your 120°. Okay, so if it is 120 and 120 and you're going to subtract with 360, that is 2x is equals to 360. So x is equals yes, 120 plus 120 is 240, and 360, when you add up all those things you get 360. So let me take one by one here. Now this is 120°. I want to find my angle S and angle R, and if I just see here the property, angle S and angle R are equal. Why? Because the opposite angles of the parallelograms are equal. So if I want to find the angle sum property, let me write here 120 plus 120, and both the other angles I assume it as x plus x is equals to 360°. That is how we are going to find. Okay, so now if I just simplify this in a bit, here I get what? 240 plus 2x is equals to 360°. So when I transpose this 240 to the other side, I need to subtract it. So 2x is equals to 360 minus the plus 240 becomes minus 240. So when I subtract, what I get? 120. So 2x is equals to 120 and x is equals to 60. That is, I am going to find my angle which is here, S. So S is nothing but 60 and here it is 60. You can here also confirm, children, adjacent angle should be sum up to 180°. If you see 120 plus 60 is nothing but 180. So answer is correct here. You can cross verification. So here it becomes, what we have found out, children? R is equals to 60 degrees. So when it becomes 60 degrees, this also becomes 60 degrees. And this is already we have found out it is 70, so E also becomes 70 degrees. And by the angle sum property of a triangle, we can find this X, because we know that what it is, X plus 60 plus 70 will give me what, 180 degree. Okay, I'm talking about this triangle, children. So if I just add up, I get what, X is equals to 130. X plus 130 is equals to 180 degree. I want value of X now. So if I want to find it, X is equals to 180 minus 130 degree, which will give you around X is equals to 50 degree. This is how you're going to find this sum, children. I hope this you have a clear idea. State the properties properly in terms of statement, and then you're going to solve the sum. Quickly we'll revise again. See here, K is equals to 120, opposite angles are equal. So here, if you just see your linear pair here, okay, so here if you just see you're getting 60 degrees already, we have found out. Okay, but by the angle sum property also you can try. Again we are adding this angle X if we need to find the angle sum property of triangle. So X is equals to 50 degree. So this is how you're going to solve the sum. Now the 10th one is again a trapezium. Now here you need to understand the property of trapezium, children. Only single pair of single pair is opposite, you can say parallel. That is MN, KL is parallel to MN. So here if you just see which two sides are parallel, so easily you can find it is, see here children, you can just see here only, okay, KL is parallel to MN. Only you're going to write this much. Okay, you need to explain this. That's it. And if you just see here, the adjacent figure, adjacent side again, M and when add up to, it is 180 degree. Similarly, KN if I add, it should be 180 degree. But how they have mentioned here, see here children. As I told you, sum of interior angles is 180 degree, or you can say sum of adjacent angles actually. So that's why KNM and KL are parallel. So hence the KLM is trapezium, as I explained you about. And now we'll go with the 11th one. You can just see your 11th one. Find MC, that is angle C here, and AB is parallel to DC. So here it is a big task. We can find easily C because we know that adjacent angle B and C should be, when I add up, it should be get 180 degree. So if I want C angle here, so I am going to subtract this 120 from 180, and I am going to get what, children? I am going to get 180 minus 20 is 60. So this how you are going to find the angle C, by the property. That is adjacent angles, when we sum up two angles we get 180 degree, and when I subtract it to 120 I get 60 degrees. So angle C becomes 60 degree. Write the proper statements and try to solve it. Okay, the last but not the least. Okay, so here it is the 12th sum. Again it is a trapezium, and find the measure of angle P and angle S if SP is parallel to RQ, given measures. So here if you just see angle P and S, so here it is already R is given. Okay, R is 90 degree here. If you just see perpendicular, it is given as square box. So when it is 90 degree, children, it is easy to find S, because 90, the sum of adjacent angle should be 180 degrees. So 180 minus 90 will give you what? 90 degrees. Okay, and now if you want to find P, so here also you have to, the sum of adjacent angle should be 180 degree, that is angle P and angle Q is equals to 180 degree. Already you have Q. You can just subtract that 130 from 180 and get what? Angle P, that is 50 degree. This is how you're going to find with the properties. Okay. So this is how we are going to solve. See, P and Q is 180 degree. So angle P becomes what? 180 minus 130, which will give you 50 degree. Same thing, angle SR is again, when we add the two adjacent angle, it should be 180 degree. So angle S becomes 90 degree. Yes, one more method is also there. Yes, that is nothing but your angle sum property. That also, by that also you can find easily. So this how we complete your exercise 3.3. So if you have any doubt regarding this, you can just message, and feel free to ask. So here we complete exercise 3.3. Thank you.